Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the Commodities Roundup with me, Ravindra Rao from Kotak Securities. The theme continues to be Fed and its dovish stance. The focus in the last week of April was the FOMC meet. Against the market expectations, Fed chairman continued the dovish stance, indicating that we are nowhere near the start of any monetary tightening. And last week, the US non farm payrolls number supported the Fed stance as the print missed the expectation in a big way. The US dollar index, which was trying a recovery, slumped badly after the disappointing NFP numbers. Most Fed officials, including Fed Chair Jerome Powell, have maintained that policy will remain accommodative for foreseeable future, which might further weigh on the US dollar index. Last week, the DXY index fell 1.2%. Now, this has benefited the precious metals as COMEX gold finally penetrated the all-important resistance of $17.98, 1800. This was a day prior to the NFP release. A disappointing NFP number provided the much-needed support to the gold bulls as they took it close to the next resistance zone near 1850, $1860 an ounce. COMEX Gold has gained 3%, 3.6% last week and tested the highest level since February 11th. Apart from the dovish Fed, gold also benefited from a loose monetary policy stance of major central banks as Bank of England decided to keep monetary policy unchanged while slowing the weekly rate of bond purchases. Also supporting gold was signs of pickup in investor interest as was evident from ETF inflows. Gold holdings with SPDR ETF fell to April 2000 lows last month, but we saw some inflows last week. Consumer demand has been the major concern as rising virus cases has forced countries to impose stricter restrictions. Going ahead, we expect volatility can be high on back of US dollar index and the bond yields, but the undertone might be bullish until the dollar is weak and bond yields are close to 1.50 US 10-year bond yields. Technically, COMEX Gold has penetrated the all important dollar 1800 zone and is continuing to trade above the same. Resistance seems to be near dollar 1855, 1860, which could be the immediate level the bulls might be targeting. Support now is at dollar 1860, 1820, which would be the ideal demand zone. Reversal support near 1800, 1798, which was the earlier resistance. Now, if the price again goes below 1798 on a closing, then it might turn neutral. Otherwise, it looks pretty bullish. On the MCX, the bulls might target the immediate resistance of 48,400, which is also the neckline of an inverse HNS. Support remains at 47,400 and strong support near 47,000. Until that holds, dips might attract buying. In case of silver, COMEX silver rallied 6.2% last week and tested the highest level since February 26th. Silver has rallied sharply as weakness in the US dollar has lent support to both gold and industrial metals. Silver also benefited from general optimism about the US and Chinese economy and pickup in the industrial activity globally. Silver has already penetrated the inverse HNS in the international markets, and there is a possibility the immediate upside might be near 28.30, which is the immediate hurdle. And as per the HNS break rule target, the upside seems to be at around 29.50, 29.60, which was the recent highs. So overall, on the technical front, silver looks more convincing as compared to gold because gold is yet to break the resistance on the higher side. Silver, the resistance was at around 26.50. Now that has become the support. So any dip towards 27, 26.50 would attract buying again for an immediate upside of $28-30. In case of domestic silver, MCX silver is also trading higher, but 70 to 500 is trendline resistance, and yesterday we saw silver moving lower from those levels. That needs to be penetrated, and if that happens, then we might see MCX silver going higher till 74,000 as well. So overall, the trend in silver seems bullish, but a slight correction in industrial metal might bring it slightly lower, which would again attract buying. Coming to energies, NYMEX crude witnessed a mixed trade last week but ended with a 2.1% gain. Crude started the week on a firmer note on improved demand outlook, expectation of a sharp drop in US crude oil stocks, and increased tensions in the Middle East. However, it lost momentum post inventory report as EIA noted an increase in gasoline stocks, although crude stocks declined. It was further pressurized by a disappointing US jobs report, which dented outlook for the economy. Increased talks of national lockdown in India owing to rising virus cases and a marginal decline in Chinese crude oil imports also weighed on price. Adding to it, the number of rigs drilling for crude oil jumped to April 2020 highs, reflecting improving production outlook. Crude oil has been setting new highs, however, the rallies are followed by steep correction, indicating lack of confidence in the market. We expect volatile trade to continue, however, the general bias may be on the downside unless the virus situation improves significantly. Focus in the coming week will be on a monthly outlook from major agencies as it will help form demand supply outlook in wake of improvement in the US economy as well as rise in Indian virus cases. Technically, crude has formed a cup and handle pattern, but the bulls have been facing tough time to breach the resistance zone near 4860 to 4900. It had once moved higher, but it has not sustained. So going ahead, we expect crude to trade in a sideways zone, slightly with a bearish bias. But once it takes out the 4900, 4950 zone, and in case of WTI, $66 to $67 would be the um, uh, would be the important hurdle for the bulls. If that is taken out, then we might see a sustained rally in crude oil prices. Till then, we expect a sideways to negative move, and at the lower end, 4520 would be a strong support. If that is taken out, then we might see a continuation of the fall in crude oil prices. In case of natural gas, as we had mentioned in our previous views, natural gas has not penetrated the 220 to 224 resistance zone, and it has been continuously coming lower from that level. Now that has this move has made 222 to 224 as a strong resistance, and if that is taken out, we might see a sustained up move in natural gas prices. Till then, we expect a range of 208 to 222. But we would advise to keep a watch on natural gas, because if it takes out the resistance, then we might see a sharp up move in prices. Lastly, in case of base metals continue to trade higher as if there is no stopping. Last week, copper hit new records while aluminum prices surged to April 2018 highs. In other metals, lead, zinc, and nickel prices too hit multi-month highs. On positive note, prices sought support from demand optimism, tracking signs of recovery in global economic health, along with weakness in the US dollar index. Also, lending support was weakness in US dollar index amid a weak US NFP report. Adding to it, a loose monetary stance by central banks of major economies and upbeat pace of global vaccination is supporting the industrial metal prices. However, the rally seems overstretched, especially in copper and aluminium. The main risk factor would be China taking steps for cooling off the commodity prices. Yesterday, China's Dalian exchange said it would raise trading limits and margin to contain the price moves, as per a news agency. Such steps might cap the gains, and profit taking might set in industrial metals. Overall, the trend in metal pack seems on the upside amid upbeat demand outlook. However, one needs to be cautious as the metals are vulnerable to corrections amid profit taking. So to conclude, US dollar remains on the forefront. Precious metals might continue to trade higher. However, volatility might also be high. Silver might turn more volatile as profit taking in industrial metals might cap the gains. Crude to remain range bound until the broad range holds. Base metals might witness profit taking amid price cooling off measures from China. Focus this week would be on the US inflation data, as April CPI and PPI data will be released later in the week, which along with Fed official comments from Fed officials might help gauge Fed's future monetary policy. Well, that's all on this edition. Trade safe and good luck.